Curacao is one of the most beautiful islands in the Caribbean, and it offers some of the most stunning beaches in the world. The only challenge is deciding which beaches and activities are worth doing while you're there. So in this video, we'll dive into 20 incredible attractions in Curacao, but be sure to stay to the end to hear our top picks of things to do if you're short on time and just want to focus on the very best of Curacao. Now, hey world travelers, we're Kendra and David Lucas of Lucas World Travel, and we spent a month on Curacao as a workcation. In our last Curacao travel guide, we showed you 25 incredible things to do in the capital of Williamstad. So make sure to check out that video as well. For this beach travel guide though, we're going to take you to both the west and the east side of the island, showing you the best beaches, museums, and the nature worth exploring. But be sure to subscribe for even more travel tips from the Caribbean and from all around the world. Now, we do recommend renting a car so you will have the flexibility to freely hop around the island. The roads are good, so renting a small economy car is fine, and everything is easy to navigate with Google Maps. To get started, let's go to the flamingo habitat in St. Mihiel, where you can see hundreds of flamingos in their natural habitat. Fun fact, a group of flamingos is called a flamboyance, and we got to see 3 of them. Just a 3-minute drive away from the flamingos is Kokomo Beach. So we're gonna make a quick stop here to see if the beach is as lovely as the song says. Okay, so this is ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous already. Look how pretty that is.
You can see why they made a song about this place.
I wasn't expecting it to be this pretty already. Now, we thought the snorkeling at Kokomo was just so-so. Nonetheless, Kokomo is a great full-service beach with a full restaurant, shops where you can rent snorkel and scuba gear, good bathrooms, and chair rental is only $6 a chair. This is a great little beach to relax at, and it's only 15 to 20 minutes away from Williamstad. You can see an oil rigger though, so that is the one drawback. So another place to view flamingos is Selena Jan Coke. And what's great about this place is the flamingos are much closer than the flamingo habitat we saw earlier. So you really can see them very well from here. So you can park just on the side of the road here, and there will be a nice little platform, viewing platform. So now we're heading to a beach stop, Playa Puerto Marie. And sometimes this beach even has wild pigs. So you got a beach bar, a diving platform, and this is where you pay the entrance fee. It's $3 US or $5 or 5 guilders. So here they do require you to get a beach chair, so it's $3 to enter and $3.50 to get a beach chair. But Playa Puerto Marie had some of the most stunning blue waters that we've ever seen. And the snorkeling was a bit more interesting than what we saw on Kokomo as well. However, it's still a far cry from some of the better snorkeling that you'll see later in this video. So the good thing about Puerto Marie Beach is that they have decent bathrooms and showers for you to use, which are really light. They had a restaurant right on the beach, so it's very well developed over there. So that's the good thing. heading to Casabao Beach. So it is a gravel road to get to Casabao Beach. And they just charged us $6 per car to get in. But in case you can't tell yet, Curacao has no ugly beaches. They all have this amazingly blue water and unique rock formations that makes each beach special. And while Casabao Beach is absolutely gorgeous, so I can't really recommend getting food here. The selection is just snacks, hamburgers, hot dogs, and that type of thing. And they were out of french fries, they were out of fish fillet, so out of a lot of stuff. And the line was long wait. So probably find another restaurant. Only good thing the price was relatively low. If you love beautiful views, then check out the Santa Martha Bay Viewpoint. This is a quick stop, but a stunning one, where you get to see the rolling hills of the island right beside the turquoise waters of the bay. It's a gorgeous stop, and it only takes about 5 or 10 minutes to take in the gorgeous view. But unfortunately, the sea was not this calm on every day of our trip. Now on Google Maps, this beach looks calm, smooth, still water, but look at it today. This is absolutely ungettable inable today. This looks like instantaneous death if we were to get in here. So Playa Lagoon is a no-go today. Okay guys, we've come back to Playa Lagoon when there's better weather, better sea conditions, and it's a night and day difference. This is crazy. It is ridiculously calm and peaceful. Look at this, guys. So that's how it's supposed to look. So we really did find that as we went more and more down the west coast of the island, the better and better the snorkeling got. Seeing loads of beautiful fish and interesting coral. So I'm so happy we got to see Playa Lagoon under much better sea conditions. This is a small but beautiful free beach where you can rent a chair, sit back, relax, and enjoy beautiful snorkeling and a couple of beach bars as well. Now, Playa Jeremy wasn't even on our to-do list, but we kept passing by it and decided to give it a try. And boy, oh boy, are we glad we did. It is so beautiful here. Now this beach has no amenities, no bathrooms, no restaurants. But if you want beautiful nature with not too many crowds, try Playa Jeremy. The beach here is rocky, but this water is so gorgeous, my word. Now on the left corner here, there's a decent amount of fish. And a wave got us, okay. In general, this isn't the best snorkeling beach. I'd say it's best for the swimmer, not so much for kids because it gets deep really fast here too. But by far, our favorite beach on the island is Klein Nip, also known as Canepa Chiqui in the local language. This is another great free beach where you can rent a beach chair and then snorkel to your heart's content. The water here is so shallow and so clear that you can see the fish so easily. And there's a lot of them to see too. It was so incredible to snorkel along the right side of the wall in order to see all of the beautiful coral and the wide variety of fish. The water was so clear, it was like swimming in an aquarium. This was one of our best snorkeling experiences yet. We even spotted a well-camouflaged octopus here and enjoyed hanging out, watching it cautiously move along the ocean floor. Although this beach was one of our favorites, it doesn't have any set bathrooms or restaurants. They're just some food trucks and a porta potty if you should need it.
Now, just a 3-minute drive from Klein Nip is Golte Nip, which is a bit bigger, but I think the snorkeling on Klein Nip is so much better, so much more exciting. But this one has a nice viewpoint that you can see before you go down the stairs to the beach, and both are just super chill, super relaxed.
Once again, the calm, shallow water here makes for a nice snorkel experience. There's even a wild pig on this beach. Looking for food. Oh, wants some potato chips. And Gote Nip does have structured bathrooms, but only food trucks. Now, the best beach for the adventurous traveler is Playa Forti, where you can jump 40 feet off the cliff of the restaurant.
Keep jumping, baby. Keep jumping.
Woo! I would never in my life.
The sign that says cliff jumping is dangerous is the understatement of the year. We were able to see several people safely make the jump though. We, however, were not interested in jumping. We were there for the food and the great view as well.
And the food was really good. The sauce on my shrimp was spectacular. Spicy, flavorful. It's just what you want. And still very affordable. It was like $20 per person for a meal and a drink, so very reasonable. So they charged 10% tip anyway, and even with all that, it was only $44 total for the both of us. You do have to take some stairs down to this one. So Playa Forti is quite rocky. You got a little bit of sand when you get into the water, but as you see below me, it's all rocks.
So Playa Forti is really best if you're into cliff jumping or if you need a good restaurant when you're on the west side of the island.
So after beach hopping, we went to the Guatemala hole. Now the road to get here is rough, but we still got here in our small economy car. We did try this about 2 weeks ago in a different car, but because it rained, we can't handle water, mud, and a bad road, but we can handle a dry, bad road. So just if you know if it has rained at all, don't go down that road unless you have a 4x4. As long as it's dry, you can handle it in a small economy car. Just go slow. So what was lucky for us, we ran into a local guide while we were going to the Guatemala hole. And so in addition to the hole, which is just a hole, it's not very exciting, he got to show us some of the landscape, and we got to see another blowhole called Boca Shampoo or something like that. It was so cool. So that was the exciting part of coming there. So I'll include the Google Map pin so you'll be able to find it yourself as well. So today we're going to the Hato Caves and tickets are $10 a person. So the next tour doesn't start for another 20 minutes. So we're gonna take the Indian Trail in the meantime. So here we're looking at coral mixed with fossilized limestone. It's a big hill.
So this area was once a sleeping area for the first colonists. And also it was a hiding place for slaves.
Right here you can see how they took something sharp and carved in a drawing. These are petroglyphs. We saw an iguana along the way. So the inside of the cave was actually really nice. I enjoyed seeing all of the stalactites, stalagmites. They were really beautiful, especially in the water chamber. However, you're not allowed to take any photos or any video in the water chamber, which is disappointing, but we can understand why. They do have a window chamber that has a natural light, so that's the one part of the cave they do let you take pictures of. But there are quite a bit of stairs in there, and there's some low overhangs, so you do have to bend down sometimes. But it's pretty easy, be good for most fitness levels. Now just 20 minutes northwest of the Hato Caves is the Curacao House Museum, which is an interactive museum where you could see what daily life in the homesteads of former slaves right after abolition would have been like.
Wow.
Okay, the first blender.
And they sing, Bate pilong, Mayala pilong, Bate pilong, Mayala pilong, Bate bate, Bate bate, Bate, Bate.
Touring inside that museum was such a delight because with the guided tour, she really brought life in this type of homestead to life. So she demonstrated everything with such joy, with songs, with movement. And I just felt like I was back in time, back in 1850, when these former slaves would have made their homesteads. This was definitely our favorite museum in Curacao. So be sure to check it out when you go. So now we're gonna eat at Landhaus Snorkeling restaurant, which shows you the colonial style houses they used to have back here on Curacao. In addition to being a restaurant, it's like a little mini museum too. And they have an outdoor patio, which is quite nice. So these prices are in guilders, and it's about $11 to $14 here. And they even have an oregano punch, which I never had before. So I think that's what I'll be drinking. Got rice and beans. David got an extra side of plantain, and we got the beef stew, as it was recommended. The meat is actually sweet and tender. It's quite good. And this is called tutu. It's like a sweet cinnamon-y type of something. It's good though, I like it. Never had anything like it before. And for 2 beef stews and 2 drinks, it was $37. Just a 12-minute drive north of the restaurant is Boca National Park. Now the roads here are a bit rough, but they're still doable with a small economy car. Just go slow. And they give you this handy dandy map so you know exactly where you can park and all the viewpoints you can see here. So our first stop at the national park is Boca Pistol. Now Boca Pistol is where you should start your trip of the national park, and it's so cool to see how the waves shoot into this little narrow passageway, creating an artificial geyser. So this little effect of a pistol of water shooting out is not due to any volcanic activity. It's just the way the coral is shaped and the way the waves come in. So super exciting to see all the interesting things nature can do. You can also take several short 10-minute hikes to Boca Calqui, to the natural bridge, and to an incredible cave that was so powerful. This park is filled with incredible landscapes and unique phenomena that makes it so fascinating to explore. It's definitely worth the $15 admission fee when you're in Curacao. Now let's explore the eastern side of Curacao, starting with Mambo Beach.
So right now we're at Chill Bar. So we're about to get some lunch and do a little snorkeling, see if we see anything.
And while there's several fish to see along the rocks at Mambo Beach, this beach really isn't known for its snorkeling. It's best for those who want to hang out, relax, and chill at different beach bars. Another thing to do on the east side of the island is to see the abandoned Fort Beckenberg, which has nice views of the surrounding area despite having a bit of industrial equipment in the way.
And even on a gray day, the water's quite blue on this side.
Plus, this fortress is right on the way to one of our favorite stops on the east side, Tugboat Beach. Now, Tugboat Beach is a rocky beach that isn't particularly pretty because of the industrial equipment in the way. However, that is not the reason why you come here. Just past the pillars there is a sunken tugboat which has the most incredible snorkeling surrounding it. We love seeing all the different types of coral growing on the tugboat, as well as the thousands of fish there. It was absolutely beautiful, and the water is shallow enough that you can see everything very clearly. It was one of our favorite snorkeling spots on the island and is a must in our opinion.
So the last beach we're going to check out is Gentil Beach. And this is another paid beach. It costs $3.50 USD to get in per person. But parking's free. And by the quantity of cars that I see here, I think this beach is going to be packed.
So the sandy beach part is kind of small, but there's a deck that you can also access the water from. Snorkeling here was just okay, with a good amount of fish, but not a lot of coral to admire. But what we really liked about this beach was the Zanzibar beach bar.
So we got chairs at Zanzibar. And when you order, they give you a little number, so it stays by your chair. And chair rental is $5 a person. So I think this is going to be the first beach that we just chill at all day. So we got tuna sandwiches really quick. And we also got sprinkles. Looks real delish. So we had 4 sodas, two chairs, 2 tuna sandwiches, and spring rolls for $64.70 USD.
But if you're looking for even more lovely beaches, you might want to check out Klein Curacao, which is Curaçao's second smaller island. This island has beautiful blue waters though, and is great for snorkeling. You can also explore the island's abandoned lighthouse and shipwreck. David and I, however, did not take the tour out to this island. 1, because of the $140 price tag, and 2, because the 2-hour boat ride out to the island can get rough, and since David's prone to seasickness, we decided to avoid it. But it does look like an incredible experience though. If you're short on time though, our top picks for places to snorkel include Klein Nip and Tugboat Beach. But if you're looking for a nice place to chill, relax, drink something and eat something, Try these full-service beaches, including Gentil Beach, Porto Marie Beach, and Kokomo Beach. As you can see, Curacao is a treasure trove of beauty and adventure, inviting you to immerse yourself in its vibrant landscapes and culture. So whether your stay is brief or extended, I hope this enchanting island brings you the same peace and wonder that we felt while on its shores. Up next, we'll be sharing all of our favorite restaurants and all of the things you need to know before you go to Curacao. So be sure to subscribe for even more useful travel tips. Until next time, you can check out our full Curacao playlist on the right there. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for sharing with all your travel pals, and happy travel planning until next time.